Well, in grade 6, you learned that angles are created when two straight line segments meet each other. So the first thing what you have to know is the types of angles. Here, the first figure shows you an angle made by two hands of the clock less than 90 degree of a magnitude. So when the angle is less than 90 degree, we call them as acute angle. And also, when the angle is exactly 90 degrees, just like in the figure 2, we define them as the right angles. And angles that are greater than 90 degree or less than 180 degree, we call them as the obtuse angles. They are the three basic angles you should know: acute, right, and obtuse. Next is the straight angle. From the word itself, you know that the angle is straight and it makes a magnitude of 180 degree. Reflex angles are angles made that are greater than 180 degree. So when you find any angle that is greater than 180 degree or that is more than a straight line, we call them as the reflex angles. And finally, the angles that make a whole circle exactly 360 degrees, the full angle. So remember, the whole magnitude of the angle is 360 degrees of an angle. Angles can be classified into two based on their nature. So if the magnitude of an angle does not change, we call them as the angles are in static nature. So you can see here the examples given. There is a book. So look at the edges of the book. The angles between the edges of the book is a static angle. That magnitude will not change. And also look at the cartwheel given here. The angles between the adjacent spokes of the wheel will not change. That is a constant magnitude. So when the angle is constant, it doesn't change. When the magnitude doesn't change, then it is in the static nature. So these figures are depicting the angles with static nature. The second case is the dynamic nature. When the magnitude of the angle changes, we call that the angle is in the dynamic nature. Look at the figures given here. You can see a clock, scissor, and also you can see a door. Therefore, in these objects, the magnitude of the angle changes. So we call that this is the dynamic nature of such angles. Now let's see how to measure an angle with a protractor. So there are standard units and instruments we use to measure distance, mass, time, and volume of liquids. So you learn these things in grade 6 as well. So now we are going to learn about a standard unit and an instrument that we can use to measure angles. The standard unit used to measure angles is degrees. So the standard instrument is called as the protractor. So now let's see how to measure an angle with a protractor. First, you have to place the midpoint of your protractor on the vertex of the angle. Then line up one side of the angle with the zero line of the protractor. There you can see the number 0. So then you can read the degrees where the other side crosses the number scale. Start reading from the right set of numbers. So protractor is having two sets of numbers. One set goes from 0 to 180 degree and the other set from 180 degree to 0. So which one you read depends on the method you place the protractor. Place it so that one side of the angle lines up with one of the 0 and then read that set of numbers. So this is a protractor. The figure shown above is the protractor. and it is numbered from 0 degrees to 180 degree clockwise and also anti-clockwise. The line that is indicated by 0 and 0 base, we call that as the base line. Further, there are two scales indicated in a protractor. We call them as the inner scale and the outer scale. Long line segment on the outer scales are marked using 0, 10, 20 and likewise it goes up to 180. And you can see the gap between every pair of the long line segment is again divided into 10 similar parts using short line segments. So the magnitude of this protractor, the angle that is shown by this protractor is 72 degrees. Starting from the right hand side C, you can count that 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and you can see 70 and a small 2 magnitudes we call 72 degrees. So now let's see in this case how do we measure the angle. You can see from the left hand side and the right hand side both the zeros are starting. So since this is an acute angle which is less than 90 degree, we have to start from the right hand 0. So if you count 0, 10, 20, 30 and you can see that it's passing around 35 degrees. So now let's see how to measure this kind of an angle. So this is an acute angle starting from the left hand side. So there we have to start from the 0 in the outer circle. So if you go like that, counting from the 0 towards the right hand side, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and it's somewhere around 75 degrees. So this is an acute angle of 75 degrees. Well, now in this example we can see a lighthouse and a boat sailing. So we have to find what is the magnitude between these two. So the lighthouse is towards the north and the boat is down, that is the south east west part. So we can see what is the magnitude by keeping the protractor in this manner that is shown in the figure. So you have to place the protractor like that. And you have to start reading from the 0 that is in the inner scale of the protractor. So starting to count from 0 towards the boat, you can count all the values there up to 130 and there are small magnitudes between 130 and 40. So it gives us a magnitude of 134 degrees. So now let's see how to measure the magnitude of a reflex angle. So this is a reflex angle. You can see that it is greater than, the red color portion highlighted here is greater than 90 degrees. It's greater than 180 degrees. So we can say that it is a reflex angle. So how do we measure? Because the protractor is having only 180 degrees. So when it is greater than 180, it's a reflex angle. So you have to place the protractor and you can see that there is a measurement of 180 degree in the upper part and in the below part there is a small magnitude below. That portion should be measured by the protractor. So it's like around 20 degrees, let's say. So altogether the value will be 180 degree the top part and 20 degree in the below. Altogether you add that and you are getting 300 degrees of a magnitude. So in this example also we can see a reflex angle that is shown by the blue color arrow. So the other part is an obtuse angle. That obtuse angle you can see it's marking towards X, which shows 110 degrees. So this 110 degree can be subtracted from the total 360 degrees to get the value. Because magnitude of an angle at a point, if we draw a circle, whole thing is 360. So from 360 if we subtract that 110 degrees of the obtuse angle, so you are getting the remaining as 250 degrees.